Let me just take a deep breath before I start. So what I just did was that I inhaled at the count of 4. I held my breath for 4 seconds, and then I exhaled for 4. You can do that with me if you like. Again. And one more time. I usually do this whenever I feel tensed or I feel like I need to be calm. It's a meditation technique that I learned from a YouTuber called. Okay, I've been writing on this journal for, I think this is 1 year now. So I feel like, okay, instead of keeping what I've written to myself, why not come online and share it? So sometimes the only way to really know and keep tracks of your thoughts is when you write them down. You write them down. So when you write them down, you keep track of what you think about most of the time. Like they say, your thoughts becomes your reality. So to continue, so what is focus? Focus is the deliberate decision you take to say, I choose, I am in charge, or I choose what to think about, I choose what to think about. That is focus. So you can still be focusing on the negative, you can still be focusing and be focusing on the negative, or you can still decide to say, okay, I am choosing to think of, what is positive, what will benefit me, what is good in my life, even if it is not good, even if it is imagined that it is good. Yeah. So how do you identify what you are focusing on? You identify what you are focusing on by asking yourself a simple question. What am I thinking about right now? How am I feeling? How am I feeling right now? Once you ask yourself that question, the answer automatically comes to you. So the second thing you have to do is to ask yourself, what am I grateful for, right? And the third thing you have to do to monitor your thoughts and to decide what to focus on is to have priorities. Set your priorities straight. For example, your priority can be your family, your wife, your children, your kids, or your immediate family or your extended family, somebody that you want to be responsible for, that you want to provide for, somebody that you care about. So by the time you are in a bad mood that you think about them, it could instinctively uplift your mood. Or second, or maybe your priority can be your work or your goals or or your business, whatever it is that you feel like this thing is really important to me, and whenever I think or focus on it, I am happier and my mood gets better. That is, you make that a priority and you keep it. I think keep it somewhere in your mind, so that whenever you start thinking about something that is unpleasant, you remember and you just go back to focusing on that's your priority. Trust me when I say this is all you have to do to completely change and transform your life. If you can stick to all these things, no matter what you're going through, no matter the situation that you are in, no matter the hardship, or no matter how bad you feel like your life is, your life is going to change within minutes, within seconds or months, depending on how far you are willing to monitor what you think about and focus on what you want instead of what you do not want. My advice to you would be, get your priorities straight. For me, my priority was to focus on God, right? On my spiritual life. My priority was to start planning on, ways that I get what I want. So I had to start making plans. And the only way you make plans is you write down your thoughts and you write down your plans. Because when you write it down, they say when you write it down, your problem is half solved, and that is true. Because when you write it down and look at it, you kind of remember what you want for yourself. And planning, yeah. And and thinking about myself instead of thinking about another person. People can come into your life and help you, same way other people can also come into your life to hurt you, right? So regardless of what happens in your life, you shouldn't look at it as if it is the end, or if things are not never going to change. There's something else that I want to point out today. I want you to learn to forgive, learn to let go, learn to let it go. No matter what has happened, it is your responsibility, because nobody is going to do it for you. It is your responsibility to heal, forgive, and move on. Thank you for watching today. So I want you to remember to always to stay focused, to monitor what you are continually thinking about. Monitor your thoughts, be grateful for your life, be grateful for the little things that has happened to you, be grateful for even the bad experiences, because those bad experiences are the experiences that will make you wise and stronger, right? So, and you should, above all, have your priorities, have your goals, write them down, and strategically work towards getting what you want.